Fair use, copyright, facts. I swear it feels like high school. So already there's talk about this, so I'm going to make a vid, let's call it 2 or 3 minutes after. The Grotto story. Yeah, it's like high school. Chat's got a million questions. I'm not going to answer a million questions. I'm going to tell you exactly what happened, factually, as I always do. I'm cruising through EB, and I see a guy dying, laying on the ground at about, let's call it half, bleeding out. No tag. I have no idea who it is whatsoever. I don't know the way anyone looks, that's for sure. It's just another nameless person with no tag. I don't see, from my vantage point at that exact second, anyone around. Just a guy who's an enemy in EB in my territory laying there. My assumption was that it was somebody that got into a fight and maybe he killed the other guy and the other guy, or, at the same time the other guy released or something. I don't know what happened. Maybe a rage quit. So I shoot an arrow at this guy and he fully dies. And I get a stack. About 5 seconds later, behind me, I see another guy come, bouncing over one of the other enemies. Could he have just been a roaming guy? 100%. Could he have just been some drunk or high asshole? 100%. Could he have been in a one-on-one? Yeah. But usually at prime time, especially in EB, people don't duel much, or not when I see. They go to the Borderlands or some arena or whatever. Does it happen? Yeah. Do you want to know how many times I've been interrupted while dueling over the years? I don't have a number for you people. I was going to say thousands, hundreds of times. People do it to me all the time. And generally, if there's a group all the time, nobody respects that shit when there's a group. That's a fact. And if someone says I do, if they tell you that, they're a liar. Anyway, like I said, it was in my territory. I saw a guy, no one was around, I shoot him. Now, do you guys want the long half-hour version of this story, the 15-minute version, or maybe 5 to 10-minute version? Honestly, I don't want to do the long version, so I'm going to give you the short version. After shooting this guy, not knowing what's going on, I get this message from a guy I've never heard of in my entire life. Why? Now, these look like they're rather quick, but there was a little bit of delay. Gw2 car is innocent. So it takes a second. It doesn't say Gw2. Honestly, my first thought is that this is J-Mac or some other phony person. Right? That said, a lot of people that have alts, they have a theme. I don't know Gw2's actual name of his first tune that I know. Was it Gw2 or Gw2 something? I don't know. But maybe I was expecting Gw2 Warrior, Gw2 Rev, Gw2, people have themes. I have no idea who this guy is. You don't see me talk any shit. I don't instigate, and by the way, this person messaged me first. I don't message anyone, especially just some enemy that I finished off. So I'm going to give you a backstory in a minute because you're all asking why Gw2 car is innocent. So I say, honestly, was this a duel? Yes. I don't talk any shit. I don't say anything mean. I'm not an asshole. You don't see me trolling. I'm just like, blah. Like, my bad. So immediately after I say blah, you're on the list now, punk. Okay, I don't know what the list is, and he can shove his list up his fucking ass. More about that in a moment. You're gonna threaten me in a video game with pixels? Look, we know very well in real life, him and his boys in real life, if they were together, they wouldn't threaten me. They wouldn't look in my direction. This is an internet tough guy who's a punk bitch in real life. This is a drug addict, pothead, alcoholic. Okay? That's a fact. So he just says, you're on the list now, punk, and I'm just still not trolling, still not mad. The boys, I'm gonna kiss list. I don't know what that means. I guess he's threatening me, his band of hackers, macro users. I mean, I watched him fight a couple of fights, and I'm the last person, if you've seen my 16,000 videos, I'm the last person to cry hacker. You just don't hear it. I don't talk about it, but we know there's hackers, macro users, script users in this game. I'm not going to say 100%. Maybe I'll review the footage, but there was some suspect stuff with him blinking all over before, during, after the fight. Now, I know some people say, dude, I don't know where he lives, right? I don't know his connection. Some people will say it's lag, it's ping issues. I will just say it looked a little bit sus, regardless. So I'm on the kiss list. You're at the top, so he's threatening me again over a one-time mistake. This is a snap temper that's ridiculous. That happened one time. You know what I'm saying? And I just go, cool. At no point was I mean, trolly, a dick to him. I just was like, blah. How the fuck do I know it's Gw2? Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know him. Incidentally, so his little anger, his little temper that he has, because obviously he's a millennial, I'm gonna get him. So he sneak attacks me when I'm not looking with his friends. I'm on a full glass Ranger, does no damage, and I get away, which I'm sure upset him a lot. And he did his full burst that he's known for, and it did nothing to me. Now, so that's honestly what happened. You're all asking the story. It's going around on Discords. Who? I don't gossip to anyone. No one I know, but they're adults and they're not silly pothead kids. They don't gossip. We don't talk shit. I'd like to have a great story for you people, but this is the whole thing. It's just he flew off the handle for no reason. I wasn't a dick. Then he threatens me on a game of pixels, you know, because it's internet tough guy thing. So, the backstory. And I'm going to end on this. I don't really think I'm going to do many, if any, questions. How do you know this guy? I don't really know him. Let's say from 1 to 10, on a familiar scale, how well you know someone. I know Gw2 a 1 or a 2. That's it. We're not boys. We don't hang. I'm not on any Discords with him. We don't talk on the phone. He doesn't message me random highs or, hey, what's up, fast car? If he has seen me on the battlefield, I don't know. I wouldn't even know what his tag was. Is it Gw2? Is it Grout? Like, he could have had any tag. I wouldn't have known it was Gw2. I have no idea what Gw2's tune or tunes look like if there's a theme. Like, how would I know him? Everybody knows me because I always tag the same tag for 14 years. And I always look the same. My people look the same. unless you get fooled by a JMac clone. Here's how I know him. I don't know when he started playing. I started on beta. And many, many, many years ago, let's say 10 or more ago, I used to farm this kid and all his buddies. And yeah, with some... Anyway, I'm going to assume he was young. I'm going to say pre-18 is my guess. Could be wrong, but I know the behavior of him and certain other streamers I won't mention, and some people that I'll get to in a moment. He was a guy on something called Toxic Discord, which was a bunch of what seemed like teenage dumb kids, misfits, nerds. Maybe they were woke, the kids that didn't go to gym class in high school because they said their pancreas hurt, or, they used inhaler, peanut allergies, those kind of kids. There was a Discord full of all of them. Yeah, I'm trying to give you the short version. He was a kid on there that would try to troll me and would just say typical, unfunny, dumb, unclever kiddie shit. You're fat. Slow car. Just whatever, dumb kids that are not very bright say. Boring, I would yawn. That's how I knew him, with a group of dummies. I could name some of them, but I'm not going to. That's how I met him. For several years, I would kill him, or he would just randomly message me like a rando salt whisper, nothing memorable, plus it was all these years ago. Always unfunny and dumb, right? Always. So, life goes on. Several years go by, and I don't hear from this kid and a lot of the names that were associated with him. Probably got banned or whatever. Several years go by, and this was long enough ago. I don't have a story for you just because I didn't commit it to memory. So this is not a complete fact, but this is the gist, broad strokes of what happened. Maybe I was in Lion's Arch and just waiting for an EBQ, and some guy walks up to me, he's like, "Hey, fast car." Maybe it said Gw2, maybe it didn't. If it did, it probably took me a minute to remember his name, because it's just not an important person in my world, you know what I mean? Maybe it took me a minute or two and I went, "Oh God, I remember this dumb kid." He's like, "Hey man, how's it going?" And I was a little surprised. I expected him to act, if you will, one way. And he was kind of normal. Just kind of normal talk. "How's it going?" "Cool." "Oh, yeah, I'm just chilling at work, sitting in queue." "Oh, cool." And on his own, he volunteered. I'm not going to dox him or anything, but he had some airplane job. Sounded cool. I'll leave it at that. I don't know if he still does, but he did at the time. And I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." And he was normal. Between that conversation and until this post here, maybe once there's a girl named Many Chomps that I know. I just know her from the game. We don't talk on the phone. We don't really talk on Discord. We're not game buddies. If I see her, I'll say hi. Once in a while, if I'm eating, I'll pop in on her stream for 2 minutes, right? Just see what's going on. And Gw2 was there one day and said, "Hey, fast car." And one other time, now the time frame I'm talking is 5 years. I think once from today, 1 minute before he started posting to me and threatening me with his boys. I think I saw him once on the battlefield, and he ran by. I had no idea. Again, it was him, and he was like, "Hey, what's up, fast car? It's Gw2 car," or something. And then hi, and we went our own ways. That's it. Again, I don't know Gw2. I don't talk to Gw2. I don't know who he hangs with. I don't know his friends. I don't know his boys, nor do I care. It's well established that he's a drug addict. That's cool. If he wants to do all the drugs in the world, maybe drink. It's not my thing. But, you know, as they say, birds of a feather. I'm sure all of his friends are potheads and junkies, etc. Not my thing. I don't give them speeches. I just don't care. He's not part of my world. I would say we were friendly. Is that the term the kids use? So I had assumed from context clues that he was young, a teenager. This is probably his first, let's call it, real MMO. Yeah, I'm going to end this shortly. You know, let's say he was 17 when the game started, right? He would be a grown man now. And look, some boys, especially the nerdy ones, that had nothing going on as kids and not a lot of friends, they weren't athletic, and, you know, they didn't get girls. They get in the computer and they lash out. I seek attention, so I'm going to troll. Look, I know the type. Not everyone is me. Not everyone was prom king and looks like a bodybuilder and a pro. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So, this is all a shock to me, that he flew off the handle. I'm not surprised, because a lot of these mis- or maladjusted kids that are millennials, that have never been in a fight, that talk shit on computers because no one's ever punched them in the face. And I'm not just picking on him, it's all of them. You know the type, or maybe you, whoever's listening, you are the type. You know, they get mad. The R with 75 E's. Yeah, so from my point of view, this is all, first of all, it's a game. Second, it's pixels. Yeah, and I wouldn't have made this except you're all asking me. Yeah, I didn't troll him. I didn't jump on the body. I didn't do anything. And then he attacked me and did nothing with his amazing DPS build, and I was full glass, and a few of them attacked me. I'll tell you, that footage won't show up on his videos and stream like other people. Yeah. But that's it. I still have no hard feelings. I don't care. Threatening me is funny because, like I said, in real life, this kid wouldn't look my direction. If him, his father, every brother, cousin, every real-life friend he has, they wouldn't look my direction. Right. Because I'm 6'9", 330, jack, trained by the U.S. military and other places. And these are all Cheeto-fingered, out-of-shape potheads that have never done anything in their life. Right. Which is just hilarious to me when somebody gets mad on a game. Oh, yeah, so I'm on the KISS list, which means he's going to tell his friends, look, I can't do anything myself, so please help me deal with Fast Car, because I'm not a man. So please, guys, help me. It's a pussy thing. You know what I mean? This is like you mouth off to someone in a bar and they stand up and they're twice your size and then, hey guys, let's get him. No, you ran your mouth. You deal with it like a man. But this is how kids are. It's a different world. One or two questions. Yeah, he has a band of, like I said, hackers and script users and macro users, but It's pixels. You know what I'm saying? No, one-on-one Grotto has never killed me. Nor can he. If I see him coming, it just doesn't happen. But again, I don't care. He typically plays a very glassy build, like everything possible glass and burst, and just one dodge and he goes right down. I watched him duel and lose, 10 in a row to a kid that was In his head, he thinks that if he gets 2, 3, 5, 10 of his hacking buddies, and they search out fast car and they come and get me, that bothers me. It doesn't. I think it's funny that he has to beg for help, but that this even happened is funny to me. You're allegedly an adult. Learn to control your anger, especially on a video game. Guys, I want to end this. We're probably very close to a half hour. 21 minutes. How do you know it's 21 minutes? Any quick questions? Not trolly, like dumb stuff. I'm not even gonna. Again, I don't know him. I don't know who he tags with. I didn't even know he was on this server. Now, if he plays, so it's now, let's say this happened Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If he plays a lot, I'm assuming, he must have seen me around. They know what I look like. He knows my tag. He could have said, "Hey, Fast, what's up? I'm on Mosswood or whatever. Untagged. Oh, cool. Hey, man." Nope. So, yeah, it's not a trolly thing. This was not a malicious or a dick thing. I told you exactly what happened. That's the story. Why did he fly off the handle? What the J-Mac script? I don't know. I can only say this is typical millennials that are just not adjusted to life. It doesn't surprise me. I've met in real life and on this game too many to count. Thousands. It's not a matter of mad. I don't dislike people on this game. I can separate real life from a video game. It's pixels. He's somewhat... Look, if this game ends today, Guild Wars is like, yo, we're shutting down Guild Wars. We had fun. Peace out. I'm not going to think about Gw2 again or any of these people. I'm not going to, wonder what happened to him. Right. I don't know who his boys are, but I can imagine they're all thieves, and they all use macros, scripts, and hacks. That's my guess. No, he won't. And it's useless. He uses a very generic build. The downside of a burst, all or nothing, you don't get glassier than Gw2. People are saying they've dueled him and all this. And I watched him lose to an ant player over and over and over and over. Yeah, if you just avoid, block, invulnerable, they go down in 2 hits. But again, I don't care. Do you understand? Yes. You made it. He called me a punk. That's hysterical. Yeah, I could just imagine him. Anybody remember this old thing on the internet? It's got to be 10, 15 years old. Angry German kid. There was this blonde kid. Yeah, and he was pounding with his fists on the keyboard while screaming in German. Do you know? Yeah, that's what I picture. Is when he's writing this. You're on the list, punk. I'm gonna tell my boys. I can imagine him double fist, sounding like double bass drums, pounding his keyboard and desk, throwing a glass across the room. That's how mad he was. When you hear people say, "You mad, bro?" He was mad, bro, over whatever, a mistake, an accident, or whatever you want to call it. Just an unplanned. Yeah. So I know it's gonna, this is how shit spreads, and in 2 days, this is gonna be a thing. It's not a thing. It's not a thing for me. I don't know. It just doesn't, when you're a drug addict, and an alcoholic, and probably malnutrition and all of this. I'm just saying in general. I'm not saying specifically him, but you know, in their minds, if he gets his boys and they stealth around and they come and kill me, they think that they're getting me. We got him. Exactly. Okay. Yeah, a bunch of hackers snaked up and killed me. Cool. You got me. Not by yourself, of course. Yeah, I really want to end this. Maybe one more if it's not trolly. I'm going to just read. I state facts. I always state facts. There are people like, I know Gw2. He's normally cool. He's a good guy. He does smoke a lot of weed. He's mellow. I like him. He's getting a lot of that. There's other people saying, oh, he's a dick. I kill him and he salty whispers me out of the blue. But honestly, probably more people are saying he's cool than not. Just because you asked. I have no opinion either way because I really don't know the guy. This is another video, not specifically about Gw2. Yeah, I know they hack and macro. It's always the kids that talk the most shit that are just flat out hacking script and macro users. They're always the biggest mouths. I know one, I'm not gonna dox him. I'm gonna say fairly well, and he talks and talks and talks, and none of it is skill. It's just all hacks and scripts and macros. Without it, he's a nothing. Yeah, it's like people in MMA that use PEDs and talk shit, right? You're cheating. Okay, so, yes, I have a sum up. I don't care. I wish him the best. I hope he does well in life and improves on his situation. I hope as he matures, he eats better. Maybe exercises, lays off some of the drugs. Maybe goes to anger management. I don't know who that is. The people you guys are named, yeah, I know him. I really don't know those people. If they're alts, I don't know. I don't know if he does SPVP or maybe just duels. I know a lot of people are saying, dude, he's a dueler. He's always in arenas and windmill. I don't know. But again, I don't know what he looks like. I don't know his tag. So maybe he's, I've seen him hundreds of times. I just didn't know it was him because he does. A lot of other people I know will just say something, hey, fast, or they'll jump up and down, make one of those goofy balloons, or be a I don't know, Frog or Snowball. Hey man, what's up? We're fighting you this week. Oh, cool. Usually I will tell someone, hey, what tag are you? Or can you throw a tag on so I know it's you? And then I don't bother them. Yeah. I don't even want to get into that. Whatever you have going on with him and your beef, that's your thing. That doesn't surprise me. No. That's not what I said. I said I saw him once on a mini chomp stream. I'm assuming it was him because the name either said Grotto or Grotto something, and I assumed, and it talked like him, that it was him. That's what I said. I don't know if he's in Chomp's Guild, maybe. Alright guys, I've given you like a half hour of content. This is the whole big story that people already were blowing out of proportion. I can only say whatever, it's cool. No, come on, let's be serious here. These people, I'm going to end on this thought. You will find that the kids that have that attitude that you're talking about, they always only play what's broken, or what we call the flavor of the month, right? And it's the same kids that hack and macro and script. Whatever is the most broken, or OP, as the kids say, they play until it gets fixed, and then they cry, oh, they nerfed this or that. But it's always the same kids that play the most clearly broken stuff. Right. Until it gets fixed and put where it should be. Is that kind of... Mm-hmm. What am I eating? Oh, it's this Mexican dish. There's two kinds of peppers in here. Chicken arroz with, I'm gonna guess it's Sazon. It's really quite good, honestly. No, it's not liquor. It is Ziegler apple juice that I have diluted 50-50 because I find it rather sweet. This is a treat for me. I don't drink sodas and sweet drinks really. But it's fall and they had Ziegler, actually dark brown apple cider. I may look like whiskey, but I promise you it's half apple cider and half water. Alright, so I gave you your explanation, and that's the whole big story. Facts, with nothing added or hyperbole. Ask me that it's not related to this, so ask me as soon as I shut this off. Oh, look who it is. Okay. Alright, I'm going to end this. There's your Grotto story.
You know, that's a fact. That's a fact. It's a knowable fact. It's a provable fact.